Good afternoon and welcome back to the workbench. Today I've got something a little bit different. This is kind of a repair video, but it's not about electronics, it's actually repair of my bed in fact. And these here are some little bed slat tensioning things which are all either broken, like this one, or in the process of breaking, like these ones which have quite large cracks in them. So basically what happened was my bed was not working very well, in the sense that I'd wake up with a sore back and that kind of thing, and generally speaking, if there's nothing physically wrong with you, then you shouldn't get a sore back from sleeping. You should feel better when you wake up. And it turned out there were three things wrong, in fact. First of all, my mattress was basically past it. It was about 15 years old, I think, and as I have recently discovered, they only really last about 10 years, or maybe even less, depending on what type it is. So it was well overdue for replacement, and I had to buy a new one, so I did. And while I was having a look, I also discovered two other problems. One of them was that these things, these slat tensioners, which go on, some of the slats are sort of paired up in two, sort of on top of each other like this, and they go across, and they have these things holding them together. And as you can see how it's softer and firmer on here, you sort of spread them apart or put them together to either soften or tension the slat and make it harder or stiffer or whatever to give it more support. And I think the slightly more expensive bases, slat bases, have a few, maybe 3 to 7 zones or something, pairs of slats basically, that you can put generally sort of under where your body goes, I think sort of at one end, so you can get better support there where there's more weight, sort of thing. There's also another issue that the some of the little holders on the side of the bed where these slats go into on the frame would fall out, and that would also be a problem because then the slats would fall on the floor and nothing would work whatsoever. And that problem was because one of the sides of the bed was actually sort of twisting off from the end, where I think one of the sort of I think the things have like a dowel in the end that keeps them straight, and that had sheared off on one end, and so the whole side of the bed was sort of twisting over, and the slat holders were falling off. So I didn't bother taking the whole thing apart to fix that. I just screwed a couple of angle brackets into it, and that seemed to solve the problem. So after all that, the everything was back in business. But yeah, just interesting to note about these things. They don't seem to last forever. And if you do have a bed base, slat base type thing that uses these, it might be a good idea to have a look at them and just make sure that they're not falling apart, splitting, whatever. I mean, I don't know how common it is for these to actually fail, but as you can see, most of the ones on here are all in the process of failing or have failed. And I did buy replacement ones from a shop that sold them for about $1 each. So they're definitely something you can buy separately, so it does sort of imply that there's something that fails more often than you might expect if companies do sell replacement ones. So yeah, in any case, that's that. Bed slat tensioner things that don't seem to last very long. So if you're having problems with your bed, and if you're having problems sleeping and waking up with a sore back and that kind of stuff, yeah, aside from checking to see if your mattress is worn out or if there's something else wrong, check these things, because they could well be broken and causing issues with saggy areas under your mattress that don't promote good support for yourself. So yeah, not an electronics video. It's still a repair in a sense, I guess. Yeah, so anyway, hopefully that may help someone get a bit of sleep at some point. And I'll see you next time.